Merry Christmas, guys. Groovy Guitar Dude here with a beginner guitar tutorial for "'Tis the Season" by Taylor Swift. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments below what are the songs by Taylor Swift that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play "'Tis the Season" on guitar is that in order to keep this song as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 5th fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have a link to get this capo for free right up here. The next thing that you want to know to play "'Tis the Season" on guitar is the structure of this song. We're going to start out with the verse, then go to chorus, then verse and chorus again, then we're gonna have a bridge, and then we're gonna finish up the song with one last chorus. And guys, the last thing that we'd usually go over before we dive into a song is the chords, but for "'Tis the Season", we're actually just gonna have a couple picking patterns that are gonna play throughout the song, so you don't need to worry about the chords for this one. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into "'Tis the Season". Guys, this is my favorite song so far from Taylor's new album, and I am so stoked to share this one with you guys on Christmas Day. I've actually been wanting to teach this song since I very first heard it. It's my first lesson from this album, but I decided to save it for Christmas Day because I thought it was just a perfect fit. So with that in mind, guys, this song is a little bit tricky, mostly because it's kind of fast, but it's actually just 2 picking patterns. We're gonna have one picking pattern that's gonna play through all of our verses and our bridge, and we're gonna have another picking pattern that's gonna play through all of our choruses. So not too terribly complicated, just kind of fast. So with that in mind, the first picking pattern that we're gonna take a look at is the one that's gonna be playing for all of our verses and for our bridge. So to start out this picking pattern, this is what shape we're gonna have. It's gonna kind of look like an F major 7, but it's not gonna be the full chord. So what we're gonna have here is a 3rd on the D string, an open G string, and a 1st on the B string. And that's gonna be our shape right there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick D, G, B, G, B, G. Just about like that, but obviously quite a bit faster. So, and then about full speed. And we're gonna pick through that whole thing 2 times. So, just about like that. And then we're on to our next shape. So one more quick time through that. We've got 3rd on the D, open G, 1st B, open G, 1st B, open G. We're gonna pick that twice quickly, pick through that twice quickly before we move on to the next shape. So, and then we're gonna be on to our next shape. For our next shape, we're gonna take this 3rd fret of the D string off, and then we're gonna do an open D string and hammer that on to 2nd fret of the D string. So, just like that. And then we're gonna do open G, 1st B, open G, and we're actually just gonna play through that once. So, just like that, and we're already out of that shape. So that's gonna be our 2nd shape. From there, we're on to our 3rd shape, and all we're gonna do for that is we're gonna open up everything except for the 1st on the B string. So for this one, all we're gonna have is an open D string, open G string, and a 1st on B. And this is actually gonna be picked the same way that that 1st shape was, but again, all we're gonna have is the 1st on B. So we've got an open D, open G, 1st B, open G, 1st B, open G. And we're gonna repeat that twice very quickly. So, just like that. So it's the same picking pattern as the 1st shape. All that's changing is that we don't have that 3rd fret on the D string. So from there, after we've picked through that twice, we're gonna do our last shape for our verse and bridge picking progression. And this one is gonna kind of look like a B minor 7, but again, it's not the full chord. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 2nd fret on the A string, and then we're gonna have an open G string, and then we're gonna have a 3rd on the B string. And for this one, we're gonna go 2nd A, open G, 3rd B, and then open G. And we're just gonna play through that once. So you'll notice that this pattern kind of works like this. We have those 2 longer patterns for the 1st and the 3rd shape. And then we have the 2 shorter patterns for the 2nd shape and the 4th shape. And that's how that works. So one more time through that. We've got 2nd A, open G, 3rd B, open G. Close to full speed. And And that is our whole verse and bridge picking pattern, just like that. So, like I said, not too terribly complicated. It's actually fairly repetitive, and once you get those shapes down, it's not too tricky because it's all pretty easy shapes, no bar chords or anything like that. The tricky part is getting this thing up to full speed because it is picked through very, very quickly. So let's walk through that all one time together slowly, and then we'll do a couple playthroughs here. So again, starting with this first shape here, we've got third D, open G, first B. We're gonna go D, G, B, G, B, G. Again, D, G, B, G, B, G. And then we're on to that second shape, which is the one with the hammer on. We're gonna hammer on to that second on the D. I missed it, but we're gonna hammer on to that second on the D, and then open G, B, G. And then we're on to the third shape, so everything else opens up except for that first on the B. We're gonna go D, G, B, G, B, G. Again, D, G, B, G, B, G. And then onto the last shape there, which is that one that looks like a B minor 7. So again, second on the A, open G, third B. We're gonna go A, G, B, G. Just like that, and then we're gonna repeat it all the way through. And that's gonna repeat all the way through all of our verses and then a couple times for the bridge as well. So guys, like I said, the trickiest thing about this is just getting it up to full speed. It's not a super, super complicated picking pattern. It is just really, really fast. So I always recommend this, but make sure and practice it very, very slowly if you need to. Play through it as many times slowly as you need to until you can get it up to full speed. I've had to do that. Anybody who's learning any kind of complicated picking pattern, that's how they get it down, is by playing it slowly first and then building up your speed as you get it down. You kind of get the muscle memory down, you get it stuck in your head, and then get stuck in your fingers too, and then you can just be able to speed it up as you get it down. So guys, with that in mind, I'm gonna play through this a couple times very slowly so that you can make sure you have all the right stuff in all the right places, and then I'll play through it a couple of times full speed so that you can match it up with the speed of the song. So slowly a couple times first through our picking pattern that's gonna repeat through all of our verses and our bridge for 'Tis the Season will look about like this. And guys, a couple of times full speed through the picking pattern that's going to repeat through all the verses and the bridge on 'Tis the Season by Taylor Swift will look about like this. from there, guys, the only other thing that you need to know to play "'Tis the Season" on guitar is the picking pattern that we're playing for our choruses. Now, this gets a little bit more complicated. It's not crazy, so don't be too intimidated. Hang in there with me, but it is just a little bit more tricky than the verse picking pattern was. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with this shape, which is basically just a 3rd fret on the low E, and then we're gonna have an open G and an open high E. So what we're gonna do with this shape is we're gonna start by picking that 3rd A, open G, open high E, open G, open high E, and then open G. And then this is where it gets a little funky. We're gonna have a 3rd on the B string, and then an open G, and then we're gonna have a 1st on the high E string, or I'm sorry, the B string, and then an open G. And we're gonna repeat that whole thing twice for that shape. So again, 3rd A, open G, open high E, open G, open high E, open G, 3rd B, open G, 1st B, open G. And we'll repeat that twice for that shape. So all the way through. About like that. Again, this is very, very quick, and it's gonna take some practice. It's a very similar feel to what we just played for the verses, and this is kind of the same feel that we're gonna have for each shape in the chorus as well. So once you get that feel down for that particular kind of shape and that particular kind of picking pattern, it won't be too terribly difficult, but this is one you want to practice slow a couple of times and make sure you got it down before you try to play at full speed. So that's our first shape. One more time. 3rd A, open G, open E, open G, open E, open G, 3rd B, open G, 1st B, open G. We'll play through that twice. And then we're gonna go on to our next shape, which is gonna be exactly the same thing, except for this time we're gonna take that 3rd off of the A string, and we're gonna just play it open. So everything is exactly the same, except for that 3rd A is gonna be now an open A. So we've got open A, open G, open E, open G, open E, open G, and then 3rd B, open G, 1st B, open G. So, and then we're gonna repeat that twice as well. So literally exactly the same shape, exactly the same picking pattern. The only thing that's gonna change is for that first shape, we're gonna have that 3rd on the A. For the second shape, it's gonna be an open A instead. And then same thing here, we're gonna repeat that twice for that shape. So again, open A, open G, open E, open G, open E, open G, 3rd B, open G, 1st B, open G. We'll repeat that twice for that shape. And then from there, guys, we are on to our last shape, which is gonna be probably the easiest of this set, actually. So we're gonna have a 3rd on the low E, and we're gonna have an open G and an open B. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick that 3rd on the low E, open G, open B, open G, open B, open G, and then we're gonna have a 1st on the B. We're gonna let that ring out a little bit, and then we're gonna repeat that shape twice as well. So, and then repeat it. And that is it, guys. Those 3 shapes, that picking pattern, is gonna repeat through all of our choruses. And that's all. That's the only thing that you need to know for this song. So one more quick little run through of what this chorus is gonna look like all together. So we'll start with that first shape. We're gonna go 3rd on the A string first. We'll go A, G, E, G, E, G. Again, A, G, E, G, E, G. And then we'll go 3rd on the B, open G, 1st on the B, open G, and then we'll repeat that whole thing again. So A, G, E, G, E, G, A, G, E, G, E, G, and then 3rd on the B, open G, 1st on the B, open G, and then we're on to our next shape, which is going to be that one with the open A string. For that one, we'll go open A, G, E, G, E, G, and then again, open A, G, E, G, E, G, and 3rd B, open G, 1st B, open G, and we'll repeat that whole thing again. So A, G, E, G, E, G, A, G, E, G, E, G, third B, open G, first B, open G. And then we're on to that last shape, that one with the third fret on the low E. For that one, we'll go third low E, open G, open B, G, B, G. And we'll do it again, third low E, open G, B, G, B, G, first B. And then we'll repeat that twice as well. So third low E, open G, open B, open G, open B, open G, third low E, open G, open B, open G, open B, open G, first B. And that whole thing right there is gonna repeat through all of our choruses. So guys, I'm losing light really, really fast. It's the end of the day and the sun's about to go down, but I'm gonna play through this a couple of times very slowly so that you can make sure you have all the right stuff in all the right places. Then I'll play through it a couple of times full speed so that you can match it up with the speed of the song. So slowly a couple times first, so the picking pattern that's gonna repeat through all the choruses on 'Tis the Season will look about like this. And guys, that is everything that you need to know to play 'Tis the Season on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 800 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there can't be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see what songs I'm jamming on right now, where I'm traveling, or pictures of my dog, you can hit up my Instagram at @thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below. And lastly guys, if you want to support the channel and get your name in the credits at the end of each new guitar tutorial, you can hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below as well. Merry Christmas, guys. I am so stoked to be sharing this song with you guys on this day, Christmas Day. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday wherever you are and getting to celebrate with family in a safe way for COVID stuff. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different Christmas this year, but I have been sitting on this song for a little while. I learned it pretty much the day that the new album came out. And I was just like, finally, I was like, you know what? I've waited long enough. I might as well post this song on Christmas. It's a beautiful song. It's kind of like one of those like sad songs that just, I don't know. I love it. This is the song that I connected with the most on the new album. I'm choking on my mustache a little bit here. Got to push that up. But I love this song, guys. It's beautiful. The guitar in it is absolutely beautiful. To me, this feels like it could have been a song that was like, I could have seen this song on Red or something like that. I think mostly because it's very guitar based and the acoustic in it is just beautiful and the lyrics just, I don't know. This to me feels a little bit like old Taylor, and I love that. I'm just such a sucker for it. And I really, really like the whole album. I'm looking forward to getting to a lot more tutorials from it, but this one was my favorite, and I thought it was perfect to share it on Christmas Day. So guys, I had a lot of fun learning this song. I hope you guys have a lot of fun learning it as well. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy holidays wherever you are and whatever you're doing and however you're celebrating. Guys, I'll see y'all very soon.